to the next session on engineering mechanics. In this session, we are going to take up numerical on the topic of centroid. Find the centroid of the shaded area shown. We will first start by drawing this sketch once again and marking the standard shapes that we see in this composite shape. So we will first take up the drawing. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. This is the semicircle which you can see. And then you can see here, this is connected below. Now if you convert this into standard shapes, you will have to first draw a dotted line here. This becomes a semicircle, and if you draw a dotted line here, this becomes a rectangle and this becomes a triangle. So here I will write down, this is first shape that I have figured out of a rectangle. Here this is my second object, which is a right angle triangle, and this is the third one, which is a semicircle. As before we have discussed, we have to mark the origin, that is 0, 0. This distance over here is what I need because it is a rectangle. This total distance is 17. Here you can see the radius of semicircle is 4. So if this is 4, this total distance will now be 8 centimeter. This height of rectangle is given as 6 centimeter. We need this distance of the base of the rectangle triangle. This is going to be 9 centimeter because this is 8. This height is again 6. For the semicircle, we know the radius is 4. This is 4 centimeter. So we have drawn this shape. Now we will draw individually the centroid for each standard shape. So for this rectangle, I am going to mark the centroid at half. So this is my G1 corresponding to body 1. For this third semicircle over here, we know that the centroid is half of the base and this much distance over here. So this is my G3. This height is going to be 4r by 3 pi. For a right angle triangle, it is 1/3 of height, 1/3 of base. So this is G2. So once we have marked all this, we are going to first draw a table here. So the first thing that we are going to label is the part. Then comes the area of the part. This will be in terms of AI in centimeter square. Then you have the coordinates. In terms of xi in centimeter and yi also in centimeter. Xi, yi indicates what is the coordinate of G1, x1, y1. So x1, y1 is what we are going to write for the first part rectangle. Then we will write down the multiplication of this area into xi. The unit will be centimeter cube. And then we have ai, yi. The unit will again be centimeter cube. So this is the total table that we have to make. Now here we have the first part, which is the rectangle. For the rectangle, the area is going to be 8 into 6. So this is 48 centimeter square. Coordinates is half. So half of 8 is xi. So it is 8 by 2, which is 4, and yi will be 6 by 2, 3 centimeter. Next, ai into xi, that is 48 into 4. This comes up to 192, and ai yi is the multiplication of this into this term, 48 into 3. If you want to write down, this is 144. So this is for the first standard shape that we have found. The second standard shape we have found is a right angled triangle. for which the area is going to be half base height. So this becomes 27. Then we have xi. Now look carefully. This is the distance which we want for x. That is 9 by 3, 1/3. That is 3. But the distance is not only this much. It is actually starting from the origin. So you have to start walking from here. You have to go up to this point. So from here to here, we already know it is 8 plus 9 by 3. So this sums up to 11. Next is y. Now you are standing here because you have come walking from here to this point. You have to walk up to G2. So this height, as we know, is again 1/3 of this total height. Height is 6 by 3. This is 2. Then comes AI into XI. 27 into 11 is going to be 297. And AI YI is 27 into 2, which is 54. Then we'll go for the third shape. It is a semicircle for which the area is going to be pi r square by 2. So this value is 25.13. Radius is 4, as we have seen here. Then we have xi. So half of 8 is 4. And y is going to be, this distance is 6. And this height over here is 4r by 3 pi. So this is 6 plus 4r by 3 pi. This total value is 7.697. Then comes AI into xi. This is 100.52. And the next value, multiplication, is 193.43. Now this is about the three shapes we have. Then we will calculate the summation of all the area that we have taken. So if you observe carefully, the entire area is shaded, which means you don't have to subtract anything. You have to just add the three areas. So this is 48 plus 27 plus 25.13. This is 100.13. And we have to find summation of AI xi and also summation of AI yi. This value is addition of these three, which is 589.52, and this value is 391.43. So this completes the entire table. So once you have found all these values, you have to use a very simple formula for finding the centroid for this entire shape, which is G now. So for that, we will use the formula. We'll first write down G corresponds to x bar, y bar. X bar has formula summation of AI xi upon summation of AI. So this value of AI xi is what I'm going to use, 589.52 divided by, this is 100.13. So this value is 5.88 centimeter. And for y bar, we will use the formula summation of AI yi upon summation of AI. So this is 100.13 and this value is 391.43. So when I solve this, I get the answer as 3.91 centimeter. So my final answer, therefore, G x bar y bar is nothing but 5.88 comma 3.91 in centimeter. So this is the answer. Now if you want to plot this 5.88, this total is 4 and 5.88 will be somewhere here, and y value is 3.91, approximately 4 is somewhere here. This is the point G x bar y bar. This is the point that we were trying to figure out. So that's how you solve for a composite shape where the entire shape has been shaded and you have to find the centroid for it. There is an alternate way of doing this. Here, instead of writing this formula, what you can do is you can write x bar is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 upon a1 plus a2 plus a3, where a1 is this value over here, a2, a3. This is x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. So accordingly, you can substitute these values. For y bar also you can use a1, y1 plus a2, y2 plus a3, y3 upon a1 plus a2 plus a3. So this is y1, y2, y3. So once you use these formula, you will also get the same answer. So this is the summation way of writing, cumulative way. This is just the segregated form of writing. With this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the numerical. If you have any doubt, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.